Welcome back to Success with Steven. On this channel, we talk about business strategies, financial tips, anything to improve your financial well-being and get you to that next level of financial literacy. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I did not see much information about on YouTube, so I wanted to address it myself, and that's going to be how to not opt out, not freeze LexisNexis, but to actually remove information from LexisNexis. So today I'm going to be showing you the process step by step. First thing that I want to do, because I just want to get straight to it for you guys, I want to go over the difference between opting out of LexisNexis and actually having a security freeze on LexisNexis. So as you can see here, and I've done this before, a video on how to place a security freeze and how to opt out of LexisNexis. This would also freeze SageStream since they are a part of the same company. But a security freeze. So applying a security freeze prohibits LexisNexis Risk Solutions and SageStream from releasing your LexisNexis Consumer Disclosure Report and your SageStream Consumer Report or your credit score without your express authorization. So the security freeze is designed to prevent credit, loans, and services from being approved in your name without your consent. However, a security freeze does not apply to companies or collection agencies acting on behalf of such companies with which you have an existing account that request information in your consumer report for the purposes of reviewing or collecting the account. When I was trying to repair my credit, I did find just in my personal situation that this did help, even with that disclosure that we're seeing. And when you do this for permissible purposes, and they're mandated by each state, and it's determined where you are, they won't be able to disclose the information on this report. However, when you do clean up your credit report and you do clean up any derogatory information that you have out there, when you go to apply for credit cards, when you go to apply for even bank accounts, things like that, you're going to have a hard time getting verified. Not that you can't, because my LexisNexis is still frozen at this time. I haven't did that freeze yet, but I will be doing that probably within the next week or two. I just opened a bank account with someone else that I previously couldn't get one with. By this time that you're watching this video, I probably released my early warnings video, so you can check that out if you want to see what I did there. However, with this video, you just need that freeze in the repair process. When you're ready to start applying for accounts, you're going to have to opt back into LexisNexis. You're going to want to unfreeze LexisNexis. And you can see on here, you can request your security freeze or temporarily lift or permanently remove your security freeze by ordering a replacement PIN. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to order your report. When you do that, you're going to order your PIN regardless. So you'll need that PIN when you want to lift the freeze, okay? Next thing that we're going to be looking at, this is the LexisNexis opt-out form. So when you opt out of LexisNexis, I tried to find this information on the computer, but I didn't find the exact information. Basically, when you opt out of LexisNexis, it stops them from selling your information to third parties. So LexisNexis is a system that people will purchase to verify your identity without having to go through a longer process. Then they also sell your information to third parties that request it, unless you opt out. So that's the difference between opting out. That's the difference between a security freeze. And you can also go online and you can look at this. But what I'm talking about, what we're doing today, we're not freezing, we're not opting out. We're actually going to pull up our LexisNexis report. We're going to look at information that we don't want, and we're going to request them to delete it. And I'm going to provide you with a template that's going to show you exactly how to do that. First thing we have to do is request our LexisNexis report. So you can go to Google, you can Google LexisNexis online request form, or you can see here, it's consumer.risk.lexisnexis.com/request. And I'll also put this link in the description so you can just click on it for ease. Here, you're going to fill this out with your first name, your last name, your street address, all of your information. Now, do understand, this is going to take, for what they tell you, about 2 weeks for you to receive this. I think I received mine in like 10 days, so that's not too far off of a realistic time frame. When you receive this, it's not going to be a report that you can read. It's going to be a paper that's going to say, type in this link. They're going to give you a code. This code is not the same as your temporary PIN to lift this. Understand me, that's separate. This is going to be a different PIN. This pin will allow you to access your LexisNexis report online for 30 days. That's it. They're not going to send you an actual report. They're going to send you a link on a piece of paper. You type in the link, you put in the code, and then you'll be able to access your LexisNexis report online for 30 days. Once you're able to access that report, it may be different for you. For me, it had all of my information. It had information before I turned 18. It had the girl I was dating at the time that I was like 16, 17. It had her family address. So, I mean, when I say they had everything, they had everywhere I've ever lived. They had every phone number I've ever had. Everything about me was on this report, okay? So from there, you're gonna go over the information. My recommendation is you don't wanna clean everything off of there. You wanna take anything that could be linked to any derogatory account. Reason being, they said that already on here that collection agencies, if they have proof that you have an account with them, so that's the key, they have to have some information to prove that they can have access to that report. If they have that information, they can access this, they can add additional information to help verify your account. So in the future, we want to make sure we delete every old account that could possibly be associated with this information and just leave enough that we can also be identified while we're trying to apply for things, right? Okay, so like I promised you, I'm gonna pull up that template on the next step. So first step, you're gonna go to the online request form. You're gonna fill all this information out, and then you're going to wait to get your LexisNexis report. And again, that might take up to 10 days. So you'll probably have to refer back to this video. However, please watch it all the way through. It does help me. And I also want to make sure that you at least understand the process if you need to come back and, of course, watch it when you get the report. When I release this video, I am going to put this somewhere in the description so that you guys can access it. I'm just going to try to find a way to put it where you can save your own copy and you can edit it yourself. That way the original copy doesn't get destroyed. So it's going to have a space for your name, your address, the document date, so the date that you're going to submit this. This is the LexisNexis address. I'm putting it in a letter format just so you have the option of mailing it. You guys know I don't mail anything, but if you want to mail it, you have the option. So, and you could do both. You know, it doesn't hurt to double up. So it says to please accept this formal letter as my first request to investigate and remove derogatory accounts / items from my consumer report. Going over my report, I have found it has errors. It has come to my attention that you are reporting what I believe to be inaccurate data, which I dispute, and this letter is an appeal for your assistance. As a consumer reporting agency in 15 U.S.C. 1681 AF, you are governed by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, that next section of the FCRA, which protects consumers from inaccurate, outdated, or invalidated information reporting of their consumer file. So I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but you understand the gist of it, right? So we're going to talk about all the information that's here, right? We're going to make sure to include first name, last name, our social, our date of birth, our address, our phone number, our email. And you can, this part right here that says I send this letter certified, you don't have to have that. You can actually cut this part out. But again, it's easier just to put it in letter format. That way you can take out what you don't need. And I'm going to show you what you do need to keep. So you're going to want to enclose your photo ID, your social security card. And as usual, you're going to want to have a form of proof of address, either registration, insurance, utility bill, your phone bill, a bank statement, etc., voter's registration, anything like that, that counts as proof of address. So you should have something in relation to prove that you're still at that address that you currently reside. So right here where it says Exhibit A, I hereby dispute these derogatory accounts and request the following items be thoroughly investigated and deleted from my consumer report. Now, I know this seems like it's kind of long, but to be honest, you guys may need to make it longer. When you see this report, it's a lot of information. It is a lot of information on there, and you may need to make this a little bit longer, but I put it in the sections. The name of account, name of source, type of item. you can put here phone number 70 whatever or 50 whatever your phone number is. You put that. If it's an old number, you can list that here. You could put creditor name if you want to delete some creditor information. You could put account number if it's an account. Whatever the case is, the name of the account, the source of the data, the type of the item, you could put it in this section here, and then the account number or identifier. So just use that at your discretion. Whatever can identify that account, either by a number or something specific to that. Usually it will be something numeric, but something that can identify it. So for example, name of account, phone number, account number or identifier, put the phone number, if that makes sense. If it's address, you put the address over here, but just separate it so that they know exactly what you're talking about, and you're gonna list it. And again, this list can end up being longer. It doesn't have to just be this, it can be longer. Additionally, I added here, please add a promotional suppression to my consumer file. If you were to send this as a letter and you wanted to notarize it, I have the notary acknowledgement here. When I release this, like the final one, I may delete this because you don't really need to get it notarized. That's just, again, I like to have these options already pre-made for people just in case that you may want it. But we're not going to use all of that. What I do is I type in all the information and then I save this the same way you would save like the affidavit or other documents. And I just add this as a PDF because the information's too long to fit when we go to actually file our dispute. So you're going to want to make sure to list all the information here, everything that you want removed. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do on the next step to get all this information sent to LexisNexis and to get it deleted. So as usual, we're going to go to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That's the CFPB. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to start a new complaint. Once we're here, if you do not have an account, fill out this information. If you do have an account, you can go to already submitted a complaint or created your account. And we're going to either sign in or create our account here. So once you're logged in, at the very top, you're going to see something that says submit a new complaint. It's going to be a blue button. Just click on that. It'll take you here. And then what you're going to do is click on credit reporting or other personal consumer report. And then you're going to click on credit reporting. And then you're going to click next. So first, you're going to click on incorrect information on your report. And then you're going to click on information belongs to someone else, identity theft or error. And then you're going to go to, have you already tried to fix the problem with the company? Yes. Did you request the information from the company? Yes. Did the company provide this information? No. And you're going to click on next. Now from here, you're going to go to your LexisNexis dispute letter. And this is the only part that you're going to need to copy right here. And you're going to paste it in there. So you're going to have your name, your address, their P.O. box, all this information, the subject, request letter to remove inaccurate information. And we have all of this letting them know, hey, we're submitting all of our personal information to you, and we're saying that that is not accurate. So then what would be the fair resolution? You can say delete all of the inaccurate information from my report. And then this is where you're going to add your files. So you're going to go to your LexisNexis dispute, the one that we put all the dispute information. You're going to attach that as a file and upload it. Then you're going to attach your ID, your social security card, which in that example that I gave you, just for clarification, I have this here just to remind you. Enclosed are the following two documents that verify my identity. Like if you don't want to have the sample here, you can delete this part. But I'm letting them know that enclosed in our complaint, this information is attached. All right. So enclosed are the following two documents that verify my identity. That just lets them know, hey, I'm already verified. You can't ask me to verify again. So we have all that information here, and we're putting that information here. Driver's license, social security card or second form of ID, passport, birth certificate, whatever your second form of ID is. And then you're also going to add your utility bill or whatever you use to verify your residence. And once we do all of that, we're going to click on next. Now, here we're going to type in LexisNexis. It should come right up, and it comes up as exactly just the name. So LexisNexis, all caps, LexisNexis, or LexisNexis Risk Solutions. You can just put the one in all caps. And then you're going to add all of this information here. Last four of the social, date of birth, all of that information. You can just go ahead and just get that typed in. And then your name as it appears on the report. Here, let's just put my name. And do you want to complain about another company? No. When you do this, this will actually pull the same information off of LexisNexis and SageStream. I'm going to click myself at this point. After that, it takes you to the review. I always stop here because, I mean, at that point, it's self-explanatory, and then it shows my information. And I'm just going to save time because I'll just have to cut the video at that part anyway. But you're going to click who's submitting this, myself, and then you just review the information and make sure that you didn't miss anything. Now, once this has been submitted, it could take 1 week to 2 weeks to get a response, but they will go ahead and they'll delete that information. If you've opted out of LexisNexis or have frozen LexisNexis, once this is cleared up, you can actually opt back in and you can unfreeze it, because any information that you wouldn't have wanted to get out in the first place is going to already be gone. So now you can just go back and resume using this as normal, because again, while you're rebuilding credit, you're probably not applying for anything anyway. You really shouldn't be, except for, you know, getting a couple of credit builders, things of that nature. Yes. But when you get to a point where you're done with that and you're ready to starting fresh, great credit profile, we got our early warnings cleared, check systems cleared. Let's just get LexisNexis cleared up and we can start off fresh without having to worry about any old information coming back on there, or you know, just starting from a fresh report, fresh consumer disclosure, just all fresh information where we're not going to have any derogatory information associated. And from here, of course, we're going to maintain that going forward. We're not going to have any issues or derogatory accounts going forward after cleaning up all this information. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Know that all the information that I provide you with, I had to investigate myself, I had to test myself, and I've waited to make sure that it would work for me, to know that it would work for you. A lot of the videos that I make that aren't just research based take a lot of investigation and a lot of vetting and a lot of time. So I do appreciate you guys watching. And again, I don't think anyone else on YouTube has a clear-cut video with the process of how to delete information off of LexisNexis. I think this will be the only one, or at least I think it'll be the most comprehensive guide to do that. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me, and thank you so much for what you've done for this channel. So this is just another gift that I have for you. You guys have a wonderful day.